Hey friends, how are you? How's it going? Welcome back to the second episode of IELTS podcast. This time we have a video podcast actually. Okay, let's welcome Mehdi, my dear friend. Mehdi, do you have something to say?
It's great to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And it's wonderful to be here for the second episode of this lovely podcast.
Okay,
Okay,
great. So
let's
let's
begin.
jump straight to the topic. And this is the question we're going to talk about. Nowadays, a growing number of people with health problems are trying alternative medicines and treatments instead of visiting their usual doctors. Is it a positive or negative development? Do you have something to say, any word of advice before we write our essay?
Right. The thing is that some people might be asking this that should we read stuff about the topic beforehand or no? What do you have to say on this? Should we do it? Should we just go
So,
online and
yeah,
read about it or
you know,
no?
IELTS is a proficiency test. They're going to test your language and also critical thinking. So they don't expect you to have a specific background knowledge about a particular topic. So yeah, don't waste time reading some specific and in-depth materials about the topic. You should be able to come up with some ideas and develop them.
Right, but personally, what do you think about the topic? Do you think it works? Do you think alternative medicine really works or not? What do you think about it?
Oh, well, I guess it can be helpful for some minor diseases, like having a cold, for example, if you have a sore throat, some herbal medicine can be helpful. Or, for example, if you have a simple backache, I don't know, trying acupuncture can be helpful. But for some
Right.
serious diseases or chronic diseases, I think we should still rely on conventional medicine.
Why some people still turn to alternative medicine? What is the reason? What do you think?
Well, I guess sometimes people propagate misinformation. For example, we can see different sorts of misinformation on social networking website, or sometimes they might be disappointed about conventional medicine, so they haven't seen any results, any tangible results, and they might jump to a conclusion and believe that trying alternative medicine can be helpful.
You're absolutely right. So I just wanted to let everyone know that the way that you write and the way that you handle this topic is brilliant because it is, you crossed all the, you dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's and everything just, fell in place like a jigsaw puzzle. It's brilliant and congratulations on that. So just please do us a favor and read your intro, my friend.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
First of all, in the introduction, I usually follow a simple method. I try to simply paraphrase the question. I don't write a very general statement, although it can be helpful sometimes. But I prefer to directly paraphrase the question and then give a clear position, clearly and directly answer the question. So in the first sentence, I'm just going to highlight it. I'm just going to paraphrase the question. In recent times, I think it's a good paraphrase for nowadays, okay? So instead of nowadays, we can have in recent times. A large number of people suffering from health issues may tend to replace conventional medicines with other alternative ways of treating diseases. What do you think about the paraphrasing of the question?
Yeah, I think it's great because when something is used instead of something else, replace works perfectly here. It's
And you
fantastic.
can see, for example, instead of a growing number, we can have a large number of people
Right.
with health problems. I've changed it to suffering from health issues. So you see, I try to give alternative vocabulary and may tend to, instead of saying trying alternative medicine and treatment, instead of visiting usual doctors, I say
Yeah.
tend to replace conventional medicine. So this is the way I paraphrase the question, and then I give my clear view. I say, in my view, although visiting your doctors cannot always address patients' problems, relying on other types of treatments will do more harm than good. So this is the main idea. I'm just going to
Yeah.
highlight it in blue. And also I give a concession. I say that visiting your doctors cannot always address patients' problems. However, my main view is that it does more harm than good. So it's mostly a negative development.
Yeah, and concession is with the use of the word although, if someone wonders what
So
it
yeah,
means.
so let's highlight the grammar in yellow. No, I
Yeah.
think it's not clear enough. I highlighted in
And it won't take
this
you
way.
more than
Okay.
5 minutes to write the intro, right? You should, I would say that you spend the greatest chunk of time on body paragraphs, and just 5 minutes is
Yeah.
enough for intro, right?
Writing introduction is not a big deal. So the main body paragraphs are going to be very important. Okay, so I start by giving some reasons why alternative medicines cannot be reliable. So I start with a clear topic sentence. I'm just going to highlight it. To begin with, alternative medicines are not always sufficiently proven and tested. You see, I've used hedging. Not always. I don't give very absolute sentences. Will definitely not, or something like that. I say are not always sufficiently proven and tested. So I then continue. I use these types of treatment. Okay, so you see alternative medicines in the topic sentence, and instead of using some simple linking words, I use pronouns. These types of treatments.
Which increases the score of coherence and
Yes.
cohesion by using these devices.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
are usually
Yep.
suggested by those whose academic or career backgrounds are unclear. These traditional methods of treatment are often handed down from generation to generation without sufficient data to prove their effectiveness on a large scale. As a result, the health risks they carry should not be neglected. Some people who have tried acupuncture or herbal medicine, for example, claim that the side effects of these treatments have exacerbated the health issues or even caused new problems. This is because these medicines do not always meticulously consider all aspects of the prescriptions.
Yeah, the good thing here is that everything is built upon the
Mm-hmm.
previous one, step by step. It develops really nicely, and the completion is with this beautiful example that you gave at the end,
Mm-hmm.
or example, and then you just proved your point, just
And
like
yeah, I've
that.
used some
And
topic related vocabulary like acupuncture or herbal medicine. Yeah.
there's just one central theme for this
Mm-hmm.
paragraph. You didn't just one thing that we have to mention to our friends here. Do not bullet point
Mm-hmm.
several stuff here. Just mention them. This is not right. It
Yeah.
should have a clear theme that develops through the paragraph. You agree?
Yeah. So always try to develop my main ideas and avoid overgeneralizing, giving unclear development. So, yeah, instead of just making a list and saying firstly, secondly, thirdly, I prefer to stick to one or two main ideas and develop them well. And we can
And
see
also, I
some.
just wanted to very quickly mention exacerbated and
Mhm.
meticulously. Really high level vocabulary for here. That was well done. Really
Okay,
nicely
and
done.
meticulous. So let's highlight them. Okay, good. And in the second body paragraph, I try to give a concession and then refute it. I give some reasons why some people believe that alternative medicine can be helpful, but then I just refute them. I start by that said, it's sometimes said that even sufficiently proven treatments
Scientifically, sorry.
scientifically
Scientific.
scientifically proven treatments may prove to be ineffective some years later. The medicines offered by doctors have been changing rapidly, which shows that the suggestions are not always reliable. So this is the concession I give. So let me highlight it. And then I refute this reason, and I just disagree with those who give this opinion to support trying alternative medicine. However, I believe this kind of treatment is the most effective way of curing diseases. As opposed to alternative treatments, doctors do some in depth research to take all possible side effects into consideration. Their experiments should go through different stages, such as animal testing, to minimize the risks of medicine for people. They should also meet the demanding standards of reliable national and international health organizations to gain permission to offer their medicine to the public.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I really liked, again, the way it developed, and also in-depth research, good collocation, again, to take something into consideration, another great collocation. Also, you mentioned animal testing, which is, again, topic related. Brilliant. And also demanding standard, reliable national, international health organizations. So some people say good standards or excellent, I don't know, health organizations. The thing is that you should keep in mind that you use topic-specific, less common vocabulary adjectives like the one that you used here. And also gain permission.
Yeah.
Great language.
Yeah. We should always try to show our topic-specific vocabulary instead of giving some cliche sentences like, on the one hand, the proponents of this belief might assert the view, such words. These types of language cannot show your proficiency in English.
And you don't really notice how sentences, move forward because it's seamless. It's amazing. The way that it is not hard for reader to follow the ideas. It's smooth, and that's, I think, one of the greatest advantages.
I try not to draw people's attention to some linkers, like firstly, secondly, in addition, something like that. And in the conclusion, in the final analysis, due to some unsuccessful experiences of taking conventional treatments, some people prefer to try alternative ways of curing their diseases. Nevertheless, I think this replacement is going to be highly detrimental to their health and should not be considered a positive step.
Again, the word detrimental is really good. Something is detrimental to your health. Good
The
language
right
here. Yeah, brilliant. And the good thing is that we just wrapped it up in 10 minutes. And we have to consider that the attention span of most people is,
Okay.
So we did it. Nicely done, my friend. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant
Okay,
job.
so let's move on to your writing. I have given you the permission to edit whatever you want. So could you
Yeah, but
please...
you're doing it better, so I just want you
so
to
that's
be in
fine.
charge because
Okay, that's fine.
fantastic. Okay, so
could you please read the
what I
first?
did here, thank you. What I did here for intro is I used something we call motivator. It's just a short sentence on the topic. That's the one. I started with the question. It says, who has the ultimate authority when it comes to treatment of patients? So that's the topic. And this is what everything is boiled down to, in my opinion. Who is responsible when it comes to treatment of patients? And then I said, these days, an increasing number of people suffering from a wide range of diseases would rather turn to alternative medicine and treatments and avoid their conventional physicians. And then my opinion here, I believe the drawbacks of this trend far outweigh the possible benefits as shown here in this essay. So what I did is I started with a motivator and then I paraphrased the topic and I just gave my opinion.
We have a clear position. I'm just going to highlight it in blue. And for example, suffering from a wide range of diseases. It's a complex structure. You've used reduction, reduced, relative clause, I guess. Fine, and you've paraphrased the question well, and we see a clear position relevant to the question. Good. So let's move on to your first body paragraph.
The first body paragraph is somehow a bit lengthy, wordy. It's 173 words, but for the purpose of the, of the use of language, I just did it in time, and it's unlikely that people can write this much in the real exam. I have to say it in parentheses. Well, for educational purposes, I kept it that way.
Yeah.
The use of non-conventional medicine might seem quite attractive for people from all walks of life, irrespective of their socioeconomic or academic background. What lures everyone into trying their luck with such treatments is that they're quite economical because they're cheap, affordable. It is simpler to treat patients in this way, as one does not to have to pay astronomical bills to achieve the desired outcome. They're generally shrouded in secrecy. No one exactly knows how they work. All they have to offer to desperate patients seeking relief from excruciating pain is that they pass down to us through our somewhat wiser ancestors and have withstood the test of time through all these years. So in here, I just mentioned what you already said. It's like coincidentally, we're talking about the same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should be free to choose his method of treatment, and naturally, some out of despair or desperation perhaps turn to acupuncture, for instance, which claims that by the use of tiny needles on different parts of the skin, literally anything can be cured, from insomnia and addiction to stress and anxiety. And
Mm-hmm.
it may even succeed to some extent.
Mm-hmm. Great. And I guess we can talk about a wide range of vocabulary in your paragraph. So let's highlight some of them. Non-conventional medicine, great topic related. And socioeconomic or academic background, again, I highlighted. And even economical, instead of cheap, you've used a less common version. Okay, so by less common, many candidates might think that we are looking for Shakespeare words, but instead of cheap, using economical is a less common phrase.
Yep.
Astronomical bills, good collocation. I guess from collocation in use to advanced version, if I'm not mistaken. Even achieved desired outcome, it's a collocation. And desperate patients seeking relief, great. Or excruciating pain. And withstood the test of time, nice phrase. And it's used naturally because most of the time some fixed phrases are used unnaturally and forced by, average candidates, but withstood the test of time is used naturally here. And for example, acupuncture is a good example, topic related. A specific example of alternative medicines. And we see a very wide range of vocabulary. As I say, it's not, logical to expect average candidates to come up with this range of vocabulary, but we're just showing them what is available to them to use for this topic. Great range of vocabulary. We have a central topic in this paragraph. The ideas are relevant and they are well developed.
Thank you so much. And then we move on to the next paragraph, the second body paragraph. I chose to start this with, on the other hand, nothing replaces your usual doctor. So it's like the clear theme at the beginning. Nothing replaces your usual doctor. Like here, apparently by using this, I'm going to show everyone that here I'm going to talk about the importance of conventional medicine, real medicine. We have to admit that modern medicine is the result of empirical evidence and scientific methods. Every single way of surgery, synthetic drug, or prosthetic limb, to name a few, has undergone exhaustive and meticulous clinical trials and is backed up by solid scientific evidence published in medical journals. Every little progress made in modern medicine is built upon previous accomplishments and is backed by scientists, pharmacists, and doctors in prestigious universities all around the globe. By referring to your doctor for advice on any disease, you are certain that cutting-edge medical discoveries supported by clinical trials are at your disposal. Especially recently, nanotechnology, non-invasive surgeries, and the use of artificial intelligence in the interpretation of MRI images and cancer research are added to the arsenal of doctors, enabling them to treat all kinds of diseases more confidently and with a remarkably higher rate of success.
Yeah, great. While you were reading the paragraph, I was highlighting some very good words. Okay, we see again a very wide range of vocabulary on topic, uh, like surgery, synthetic drugs, or a prosthetic limb, backed by scientists, pharmacists, and doctors in prestigious universities, cutting edge medical discoveries, clinical trials, very relevant to the topic, interpretation of MRI images in cancer research. And finally, you said remarkably higher rate of success. Yeah, recently I came across a note by Mr. Simon and said, individual words cannot be interesting, but the combination of them can be. For example, success is an ordinary word, rate, higher, remarkable. But the combination of them, remarkably higher rate of success, is an advanced phrase. It shows the proficiency of the candidate. Great use of vocabulary. Again, very relevant on topic, a very clear central idea, and the cohesion between sentences are great, so we can follow the message at ease. Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I just wrap it up with, in short, although one may spend less money, so this is spend less money is a paraphrase of affordable, which I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
One may spend less money by seeking refuge to alternative medicine. There are undoubtedly more concrete scientific proof behind conventional medicine. I believe that science is all we have. And the least we can do is to trust knowledgeable medical doctors and ignore hollow promises of alternative medicine. I'm not afraid to take sides, to be opinionated, and I always advocate this. Like when you think of something and you think that's right, just say it. Okay. And I don't really like it when people, they're kind of walking around eggshells in
Yeah,
here,
sitting on the fence.
yeah.
Okay, great. And actually, so the last sentence is actually the real conclusion of your body paragraphs, because sometimes candidates say something, they do not develop their ideas, but they say, in conclusion, we can say this thing and that thing, but actually their conclusion is not the real result of their body paragraphs. But yes, I can, I'm justified that you said that I believe that science is all we have. So yeah, by reading your sentences, we can conclude that science is all we have. Okay, great. Any final words?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Just look at the time. We just did it in 20 minutes. And
Okay, great.
a shout out to everyone who is out there. We're going to be here. And although both of us are really busy, we're going to keep this up.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very
Thank you
much,
very
my
much
dear
for your
friend,
lovely
Mr.
comments and your
Mohammed. Thank you.
great essay. I learned a lot from you, really. And okay, guys, hope you've enjoyed. Please write down your comments in the comment section below. Hope we can continue this IELTS podcast or video podcast in the future. Do take care and bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.